Hello and welcome back to Star Wars The Old Republic and Zaynash, our Sith Assassin, and we are here, of course, on Manaan once again, continuing on from the previous episode. And we're here with Major Henri as well, and she, of course, is going to assist us in attempting to deactivate the jamming beacon. Now, the jamming beacon, of course, is going to be through a huge array of enemy forces. I was going to say enemy vessels, but no, not really enemy vessels. Anyway. Hopefully we're going to be able to utilize our wonderful stealthy Sith Assassin traits, I guess you could call it, or skills, and we're going to be able to just sneak on by basically every single thing. Or not, because there is going to be an assault commander here that we obviously need to kill. Alright, so can I just do something real quick? Oh, he is actually sappable. That is hilarious. Okay, that's very, very funny. Definitely wasn't expecting that. I thought to myself, oh, no, he's definitely not going to be sappable because he's going to be, you know, having somewhat bit of an issue. Yeah, I'm just going to interrupt that guy finally. There we go. Because that's the funny thing. In this game, for some reason, I'm not entirely sure why, but I always have difficulties knowing when an interrupt should actually be done. And it's funny because in other games, most notably World of Warcraft, I kind of know, you know what, this enemy's casting something that I need to stop. But in this game, it's very, I don't know, it feels very difficult to me to know. But obviously, if someone's casting a heal, it's pretty obvious, right? You just press your interrupt button and then boom, they're going to stop doing whatever it is they're doing. Now, I'm actually wondering whether I could have interrupted things like, I don't know, rally attacks or something like that in the past, you know, where they can, you know, potentially volley at you with a bunch of, you know, laser fire and so on and so forth. But anyway, let's just deactivate this. And now we just need to release the port docks. Okay, this should be super easy. Now, what do you bet they're going to take me into every single area where I need to kill things? I'm going to try to be sneaky. Okay, maybe I don't need to do anything here. Okay, that's a good start. That's a good start. I actually did change my outfit as well, as you can quite clearly tell. There was a deal on this armor at the moment, 50% off or whatever, so I was like, yeah, okay, why not?
Vondra wasn't kidding when she said the pubs had these transports locked down. They're grounded until we cut them loose.
Aha, Vondrel? Have I forgotten exactly who I'm talking with here? Oh, wait a minute. Do I have to get up there? I assume I have to get up there, but what is this? What is this on here? Gap. Find a way across the gap. What? Oh, this is new. Hello. Oh, now that's cool. Okay, wait a minute. Question. Why? Wait a minute, why did they give me that? Why did they give me this instead of making me do some kind of cool force jump? Oh, no. Okay, they could have literally given me, I don't know. They could have given me like a force jump or some kind of cool acrobatic maneuver. Considering I'm a force user, I can definitely see the grappling hook being used with the bounty hunter or with the trooper or anything like that. But with the force people, nah, come on. You've got to give us some cool force jump, force jumping power or something like that. I think that would have been so cool and in keeping as well. Very themed. Oh well, never mind. I mean, it is a, let's face it, it is a pretty, oh no. Who am I being fired upon? Oh, these guys. Oh, okay, that's fine. I was thinking to myself, oh no, I'm going to get attacked by this. Let me just do some AoE here, and I'm going to interrupt this one. There we go, so he can't actually do anything. Thank you. Now, hopefully he'll be killed. There we are, and he's dead, Wonderful. Okay, yeah, I thought that medic was actually trying to heal someone else, but it seems like he was just trying to heal himself.
Time to get these things in the air. If we can just find somewhere to put coordinates in.
Well, that is a pretty easy thing to do, Major Henri. We should be able to go over to the control tower and do exactly that. Now, let me actually see if I can sneak by here. As I say, I'd love to have a reduced cooldown on force speed or whatever it's called. Yeah, force speed. Because while it does give me a pretty sizable boost of 150%, it does only last 2 seconds, and its cooldown is 20, which is pretty significant. Anyway, we're just going to go up to shipping control now. We should be pretty good to continue on with there. And I actually wonder if we're going to be facing some massive boss at the end of this, which is quite funny because this is definitely... hello. Here's the massive boss that I was talking about. Alright, here we go. Oh. Okay. I was actually kind of hoping for, you know, a little bit of a conversation, so we have some, you know, choices to make and things, but no, of course not, of course. Okay, well, there you go. That's how it's going to have to be then, I guess. And we're just going to do a nice little bit of spreading our dots around. That's what we like to do. Just take out the commandos first, of course, because we don't want them healing or anything like that, and then we can just kill the main target. Technically, I don't know. I feel like there probably should have been some kind of conversation here, but I suppose, let's face it, there's a lot of lines of dialogue in this game, and if they're at a, you know, if they're at kind of like a time pressure or something like that, maybe they have a bit of time pressure from someone. I'm not gonna EA. I'm not gonna say who, of course, but let's just say that they're at time pressure from that unknown individual, and who knows? That might be the reason why they sometimes don't include these kinds of things, because of course they're gonna have to get, you know, a voice actor in or whatever, and it's just gonna cause a lot more waiting time, if you know what I mean. Anyway, let's do this.
Those Kolto transports don't have pilots. Use this to send them somewhere. They'll get to the destination on their own.
Ooh, okay, wait a minute. I have a situation here. I'm actually not entirely sure what we should do. Oh, now I'm not sure, you see. Now I'm not sure. Okay, my first inclination was to do Odessan. So maybe I should do that? She's going to be annoyed at me if I send it to Odessan. I'm going to assume that. Okay, I'm going to send it... You know what? I'm going to send it to Drummond Cast. We've come here to help out the Empire, haven't we? So let's do that.
We need to get this Kolto straight to the heart of the Empire. I'm sending the transports to Drummond Cast.
Colonel Cord will love you for that. Are you seeing this?
Contact Cord. We need an extraction.
Way ahead of you. Here's hoping I can get through. Sir, I got a little surprise down here at the shipping docks. The Republic's guns showed up.
What about the Kolto? Where is it?
Gone. Those guns destroyed some of the transports, but most are on their way off-world.
Which is great for you and all, sir. Unfortunately for us, the Republic's just dropped a lot of fresh troops on our doorstep. We're trapped in here.
I cannot send anyone to get you out, Major. Not while those guns are still active. Darth Norak would not approve of me sending anyone else into this situation. You don't need me. I know that both of you will figure.
Think we can make it to that?
We'll handle it. And we'll bring down the Republic's guns on the way out.
Alright, so now we have to commandeer the Republic shuttle. Okay, I'm perfectly happy with this. This is a nice turn of events. However, I mean, really, come on. Surely we should have known there was something down below. But of course, Manaan, you know, let's face it, it is literally a water world. So it's going to be extremely difficult to kind of figure out what's going on down there. Especially if the Republic vessel in question is able to dive deep down into the depths. I mean, really, the amount of alliteration that I'm having here is absolutely immense. I can't believe it. Anyway, where do we... okay, we have to go along here. Of course we do. Of course. Okay, can I jump here? Yes, I can. Okay, nice. Now we can hopefully move here. Don't get killed by the fire. The fire would uncover me, no doubt, and we do not want that. Thank you very much. It's actually quite funny that a lot of the companions also have stealth capabilities whenever the player has stealth capabilities, and obviously, I mean, of course, from a gameplay perspective, that really makes a whole bunch of sense, because otherwise you're going to have to either, I don't know, dismiss the companion and then stealth by and then summon them again, and that would be so annoying. But from kind of like a, I don't know, from a realistic standpoint, you know what I mean? Like, does Major Henri have the ability to stealth? Maybe she has, I don't know, stealth packs or something like that. Maybe that's gonna, I don't know, maybe that's gonna make a big difference. Anyway, we were able to get through there in about 30 seconds, which is nice, so we don't have to fight through all of it.
Darth Norok.
What in blazes are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question.
Is that? You've got to be kidding me.
Don't just stand there. Release me at once.
Tread carefully, or I'll hand you back to the Republic. If I don't throw you out of the shuttle first.
Do not toy with me, fool. The longer you keep me like this, the worse the consequences will be.
No need for that, my lord.
Don't do anything stupid, Norok. Unless you'd like to put the buoyancy of your armor to the test.
Take me to Cord. I will wring the air from that useless invertebrate's carcass for this.
What does he have to do with this?
If he had done what I asked in the first place, there would be no need for my presence.
What do you mean? Colonel Cord's done his best to keep this operation running for you.
I repeatedly told Cord his little colto mining stations weren't good enough. The Empire does not toil and struggle for a mere trickling of resources. We take what we want. Cord had one objective: the complete subjugation of Manaan. He refused to comply with my instructions, so I relieved him of his command. The Republic arrived at Manaan as I began my descent to the surface. I had no time to act. In one swift moment, their forces destroyed our weapons, shot me down, and set upon me.
How can you call yourself Sith when you so easily allowed the enemy to capture you?
I have more than earned my position. A position that means I don't have to answer to your inane criticism.
Hate to break up this very productive discussion, but I can't land this thing without drawing attention. Too many pubs out there. But it's now or never. We won't get a better shot at taking out these guns.
If these animals are all that stand between me and an unyielding grip on Manaan, I will eradicate every last one.
Here we go.
Okay, so that guy actually has a crossguard lightsaber, very similar to a certain someone. Yes, indeed. And oh, we got a Decurion gear cache once again. Okay, hello. Oh, 322. Wait a minute, do I have this stuff? No, I don't. Aha. Well, one of this is actually better for me. So wait a minute, let me have a look. Which one is it? This one.
Aye, aye.
There we go. And then these things are obviously going to be a little bit better for me. There we go. And now we're at 320. 320 item level, which is quite nice, I gotta say. Not too bad. And now we can move on. Now, that's the funny thing. I don't particularly like Darth Norok, okay? I feel like he's a little bit... I don't know, he feels a little bit irritating to me, because obviously the complete subjugation of Manaan, if the guy who is in command of the allied forces, in this case Colonel Cord, does not have the significant resources required to have the complete subjugation of Manaan at his fingertips, then it is going to be, well, impossible, because they're going to fight back, of course. They're going to petition the Republic. You know, all kinds of things are going to happen. And where do I actually go? Where do I actually go to do this? Disable the port side power conduit. Okay. We must cut power. Find the. Okay, right. Oh no. This is real bad. Okay, can I mount up? No, I cannot mount here. Of course I can't. Well, at least they do give you sprint, I suppose. I guess that's a decent thing. I guess I suppose I need to look around a little bit and see what's actually going on here, because I am very worried that I won't be able to find where I need to go, to be honest. I found out what the problem was. Oh yes, I did. Yeah, we were in the wrong map. They actually loaded me into the wrong place, and we have Darth Norok with us, as you can see right here, who is apparently called a ruthless conqueror. No offense, but I personally find his character to be a bit like a caricature. I don't know. He seems a little bit, I don't know, in comparison to someone like, I don't know, Lord Scourge or Darth Malgus or even Darth Mar. They don't really, well, Darth Norok doesn't seem to really hold a candle to any of those characters. I don't know why. Is it just me? Is it just me that has a particular...
We've got to turn off these power conduits. With all the juice they're putting out, we need them offline before we can shut down these blasted guns.
Yeah, that's the point. Is it just me that has a particular disdain for him? I don't know. Maybe he's likable to other people, but for me, I'm not that big a fan. I think his lightsaber is very cool, though. Don't get me wrong. I think that's actually one of the coolest things I've seen so far of the new content. Because let's face it, having a crossguard lightsaber, that's always fun, isn't it? Yeah, that always looks really cool. But I don't know, his personality just rubs me the wrong way for some reason. And usually I'm all good with, you know, someone that's like really evil and wants to conquer everything. Sure, you know, that can always be fun. But the way he's, I don't know, the way he's talking and the way he's kind of, I don't know. It just seems a little bit, I don't know what I can really say to describe it accurately. But anyway, let's just disable this. There may not even be a cutscene.
To my face. Made me look like an idiot.
Speak up, Major. Do you have something to say? Perhaps about your commanding officer?
Nope. Everything's just peachy. Forget I said anything, my lord. Apologies for wasting your time.
Okay. Yeah, I think I might actually know the reason. Now, no offense here, okay? But I feel like the lines are... I feel like the voice actor might not be needing to deliver the lines with such. I mean, obviously, I'm no one to speak about this, right? Because let's face it, you know, I don't have that much experience with this kind of thing. But what I wanted to say is, it just feels to me like maybe he's putting on the kind of deeper tone of voice more than perhaps should be done, in my opinion. In this case, at least. I don't know. It feels a little bit unnatural for him, and as a result, it kind of gives it, as I say, a bit of the sort of caricature kind of feel to it. And obviously, it's meant to be. It's not meant to be like that, you know. It's meant to be. I know what they're trying to do with it, but it's just not coming across like that. It feels. As I say, it feels a bit silly, because, you know, you would think that a guy like this is gonna, you know, like someone like Darth Malgus, for example, or Lord Scourge, they've got the kind of, you know, the way that you may want to deliver the line, or, you know, with their sort of gravitas to their voice and so on and so forth. But I feel like Darth Norok just doesn't do that, and as a result, it kind of feels a bit weird. Is it just me? I don't know.
I think we cut enough power to take out the guns for good. Just need to find the controls that shut them off.
And that's the funny thing. I feel bad as well. I feel bad for saying that, because I just generally... I don't know. I usually have no complaints whatsoever about anything, even if there is someone that I'm like, you know, not really getting along with in terms of their personality or whatever in this game, you know, that's fine, because obviously, you know, it takes people to live in the world, you know what I mean? They're not all going to be the same. So, of course, you know, having a variety of different individuals to interact with is fun, right? Variety is the spice of life, and so on and so forth, as they say. But as I say, I don't know. This guy just feels a little bit off to me in general, and it's sad because I don't want to say that the voice actor's doing a bad job or anything like that, because I don't think he's doing a bad job, but I think maybe the voice director or something maybe wanted to have a darkish voice for it, and it's just not coming across like I would like. I guess that's my own personal opinion, but anyway, here we go.
Not a Selkath in sight. They must be putting a lot of trust in the Republic if they're letting this beast cruise around Manaan without any local military on board.
Don't be absurd. There is no trust between Manaan and the Republic. The Selkath want the Republic gone as much as we do. As much as they want the Empire gone.
I thought the Selkath helped the Republic destroy your ion cannon.
A brief association, in opposition of a common enemy.
How do you know that?
The so-called soldiers tasked with guarding me had many complaints about Manaan's natives. The Selkath's displeasure at the Republic's presence was especially confusing for them. The Republic are aggressors here. Self-righteous and unwanted invaders, though they pretend otherwise. And I will find a way to use their sanctimonious convictions against them.
All those power conduits we fried lead to manual controls on the bridge.
Can you use the controls to deal with the guns?
Does a hut have a tail?
Then we have our target. Let's go.
You know, I've actually just noticed something extremely funny. I think I noticed this before in the previous cutscene, but you know how Zainash usually has a classic, like, slicked back haircut? And it's pretty short, obviously, but, you know, you can still kind of see that he's got, you know, full head of hair and everything. But now what's really funny is because he's wearing this hood, all the hair is gone and he's bald underneath. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I find that always quite funny in games, you know, because they generally tend to do that when they don't want to have, you know, what is it, conflicting or collisions with the various items and things like that. So they basically make it so that the hair just disappears. And that's exactly what has happened here. Super funny. Oh, we got another one of these. Alright, we got another one of these kinds of situations where this guy is not going to say anything. I mean, he is saying a little bit, but we're kind of murdering him right now, so it's not really going to do too much. And if I can just, well, do massive damage in general, this guy's not going to be able to do anything. I'm just going to interrupt him at the end of his cast. There we go. Because generally, if you want to maximize damage, you want to make sure that you interrupt at the end of the cast, not at the start, because then you can do more attacks and get more damage out before you have to interrupt. And then you can obviously stun them and so on and so forth if they continue to cast after that. Anyway, there we have it.
They must have known we'd make it up here. Our Republic friends locked this system down tighter than bantha hide.
Can you get in?
Oh yeah, no problem. And we destabilize enough of this thing's power conduits that I can rig the guns to explode from here. With plenty of time for us to escape, of course. Say goodbye to the Republic's shiny new toy.
Stop.
What's wrong?
Why destroy these weapons when we can take them for ourselves? Use them against the Republic should they try to stop us again. Increase the output of these weapons as high as you can, Major. Make them so powerful that we regain our unquestionable dominance over this world.
Not an option, my lord. We shut down too many of the power sources. There won't be enough juice left to supercharge the guns and keep their targeting matrix online. I do what you're asking. These guns will fire on anything that moves. Selkath, Republic, Imperials.
Good. That means no one else will be able to shut them down. When Selkath ships are obliterated by Republic weapons, their rift will deepen. The Selkath can't fight on two fronts, and when the dust is cleared, Manaan will belong to me.
You there? Do you read? What's the status of those guns?
We're at the controls now, Colonel. But you...
Come in! Blast! I thought we'd worked out these comms issues.
Colonel,
Listen, if you can hear me at all, it is imperative that we destroy these guns once and for all. Our people need Kolto, and what we're doing here is the best way to get it to them. But we can't continue if the Republic is breathing down our necks like this. Darth Norak's orders are clear. Destroy the guns.
Everything all right?
Focus, Major. Do as I command, and you shall be granted a reward befitting a conqueror of worlds.
I'm sorry, my lord, but this one gives the orders.
You know what? I really want to get the dark side points, but in this case, just purely for the fact that I am not liking this guy one bit, I'm gonna destroy them.
I came here to help the people of the Empire, not expedite their destruction. Gut these weapons.
With pleasure. Countdown initiated. I gave us enough time to get back to the shuttle, but we still better move it before these things come apart on top of us.
You will not leave until you do as I say. Increase the damage of these weapons now, Major. Or you will both learn what happens when you defy a Sith.
Your impulsive decisions got you captured by the Republic. And now, you expect me to aimlessly kill Imperials? You are a stain. An aberration. A degradation of the Sith. How dare you make demands of me?
That was the wrong answer.
Wait a minute. Are we actually fighting him? Yeah, we are actually fighting him. Oh, okay, fine, let's do it. Okay, yeah, well, obviously, you know, I assume this is an optional kind of thing, because if you don't do this, then I mean, that's the funny thing. You don't know. Maybe if we destroy, maybe if we reprogram the guns, maybe he's still going to attack. We don't know that, you see? So, yeah, that's actually something to bear in mind. Maybe he will still attack you no matter what happens. And in which case, I don't really mind, to be honest. I don't really mind. And that's the funny thing. I feel like the voice actor is doing a good job, but I feel like, as I say, maybe the voice director or whatever just gave a little bit of weird direction in regards to the whole way that the character was supposed to be voiced or whatever. I don't know, but generally, I'm pretty happy to eliminate this guy, because then we don't have to deal with him again, and we don't have to deal with his with his funny lines as well, because literally he has repeated the same line 3 times in a row now. Please don't say it again. He's gonna say it again. I bet he's gonna say it one more time. Are you gonna say it one more time, sir? Go for it, sir. Oh, that's rather funny, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, I'm very much hoping that that was a good thing to do, because let's face it, we don't really want to be killing our own people, do we? I don't think we want to kill our own people. At least I think that's probably a bad idea, so it's a decent plan for me to just stick on the safe side, I suppose, even though, as I said, if I wanted to get more dark side points, and I kind of, maybe if I liked this guy, then I might, you know, I might go and side with him, but as it stands, I really don't. I really don't, and I was kind of hoping that maybe we'd get a chance to fight him. Don't think he's gonna die, though. I think they're probably gonna want to use him in future storylines, potentially, so I don't think he's gonna actually die here. But let's see.
Well, that sure cut into our escape time.
Then let's not waste any more time.
Oh, okay, apparently he is dead, but, okay, I was actually kind of, I'm kind of surprised about that, so I assume that they just used him for this one storyline, which I gotta say I'm not that disappointed by, because let's face it, as I say, I did not get on with him very well, and I'm pretty happy that we don't have to face him again, and we don't have to converse with him or anything like that, because he had a pretty annoying personality, but there you go. Anyway, we can now make our way back to the shuttle to escape the Republic gunship, and I'm very pleased, actually, that we have stealth in this point, because just imagine me having to go through all of this. Yeah. I guess that's the reason why maybe they instituted those dual specializations, so you can actually take 2 different specs now, and then you can, take a spelf, and that's what I was going to say. No, a stealth spec. There you go. You can take a stealth spec if you want to be able to get by all of this now. I heard a lot of people were actually doing that because, let's face it, having to fight through all of this. That would be kind of annoying, wouldn't it? That would be kind of annoying. And it's nice to just be able to just mosey on by without having to worry about anything.
I've raised my brow at a lot of things you've done, but never in my wildest dreams did I think you were capable of something so blasted stupid.
Mind yourself, Major. I won't permit this insubordination while there's still so much work left to do.
Mind myself? Stars, you're brainless. We found Darth Norok, Colonel, and he wasn't too happy to hear about what you've been up to. You had the brass to speak for a Sith with ties to the Dark Council without his permission, but that wasn't reckless enough for you. Not telling anyone that Norok was missing. Forging his orders. And the best part's gotta be how you dragged us into your stupidity. I know Norok was a pain, sir, and I know he was keeping you from supporting the Empire the way you thought was right. I might have understood if you had just told me about all of this from the start, but you lied to me, and that I don't understand.
Terrible things happen to those who try to deceive me. You're lucky I didn't kill you where you stand.
Are you sure that impersonating a Sith is such a terrible thing? Because right now, you sound just like Norok. Where is Darth Norok?
He attacked us when we destroyed the Republic's guns. We had to kill him.
Then how can you blame me for what I've done? You saw for yourself what Norok does to anyone who opposes his greed, and you stuck by what you thought was right. Just as I did.
Other than making a complete fool of yourself, what exactly did you do?
Whatever mess you found Norok in was the result of his own arrogance. When I lost contact with him, I simply took advantage of his absence. My entire career, I've done nothing but prove my admiration for the Sith. I served without question, believed they had a right to rule the Empire. Until I had a chance to lead this operation, I cherished the idea that I was helping soldiers live to see another day. Norok, however, kept saying I needed to think bigger. He wanted all of Manaan under his rule, but we didn't have the resources to sustain a prolonged occupation of the entire planet. It would have achieved nothing. Nothing more than a boost to Norok's ego. I refused to sacrifice faithful citizens of the Empire for something so irresponsible. And I do not regret that decision. Or the decision to use Norok's name, if it means not one life will be wasted on a Sith's ambition.
I see you finally solved your communications problem, Colonel. Now that the lines are open again, I need an update on your progress. Strictly going by who I see in the room, I'm assuming everything is going well.
Okay. Oh, now he gave that impassioned speech, and now I have to choose a light side option. I'm sorry. I have to choose a light side option. That's the thing. Okay. I found Cord to be rather suspicious early on, and I found him to be a bit annoying as well, all things considered. However, from his speech and from what he said in just that one moment, it basically makes me think, okay, you know what? He's not a bad guy. He just wants to save as many lives as possible. And as I said earlier on in the episode myself, he didn't have enough resources. And of course, Norok is not going to give him the resources that he requires to be able to have a prolonged campaign against whoever is going to, defend the planet. And so I'm going to cover for him. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to go for a light side option here, even though technically the other one is not a dark side option, but I really want to cover for this guy. Just because I want to see what happens, actually.
That's correct. Colonel Cord, Major Anry, and I have worked tirelessly to bring the Kolto mining network back to full efficiency. I think you'll be quite pleased with the results.
That's correct. And as a matter of fact, we just got a large Kolto shipment off-world and dealt a crippling blow to the Republic's weapons.
Excellent. That is just what I was hoping to hear. I'll leave you to continue your work, Cord, but I expect another update soon. Krovis out.
I don't understand. I thought for certain my actions would have caused you offense. Why didn't you say something to Darth Krovos?
Oh my god. Okay, wait. We have... Oh, okay. Should I be dark side now? Yeah, we should probably do the dark side thing now. Should I? No, you know what? I'm gonna be nice to him, okay? Because he just wants to save lives, and I mean, considering, okay, let's just consider this. We are still a part of the Empire, technically, and surely we don't want to see random Imperials get killed. I don't know. I mean, am I just being weird right now? Maybe I'm just being weird. I don't know. Because I'm thinking to myself, would I... That's the thing. This guy's honorable. He feels like an honorable person to me. And I kind of like that, considering, let's face it, he could literally be a sniveling weasel. And I'm sure that he is in some parts. But it feels to me like, I don't know, it might be more interesting just to say, because you were right. I think that would be the more interesting option. Because I know what Zaynash is going to say if he says, because I own you now. He's going to say, oh, because now I have leverage on you, and I'm going to be able to, you know, steal your firstborn and, you know, take your first waffle for breakfast, or whatever the case may be. You know, whatever he's going to say. But I think because you're right, it's going to be a more interesting option. So that's exactly what I'm going to go for.
Norok told me himself that Imperial lives were expendable. He died trying to prove that point. I want those ideas to die along with him. If anyone asks, the Republic killed Darth Norok.
Don't think anyone here is going to say any different.
Well, then, thank you. Not for what you've done for me, but for what you've done for the Empire. Many will owe their lives to you. You've given us a secure foothold on Manaan, which means a more certain path to victory. But there is still much to do. Speaking of which, we'd better get back to it. Unless you don't plan to stay, Major.
Of course I'm sticking around. At least until I find someone else to give you a kick in the pants when you get another one of these half-baked ideas. Colonel Cord's explained the situation to everyone who hadn't heard yet, even apologized. Didn't see one tear shed over losing Darth Norok. Thought that was interesting. Guess I shouldn't be surprised. Not too many of us were looking forward to taking over all of Manaan. Now we can focus on what we came for.
I like it when you talk business. You sound so assertive.
Really? You ask anyone else, I say I run my mouth too much. Glad you don't mind. I've seen you in action so many times, and you still never cease to amaze. Not to mention all the times you've come through for me. You're probably tired of everyone constantly falling over themselves for you. I'm sure you don't need to hear me go on about how amazing I think you are. But I can count the number of people I trust on one hand. Every time we meet, you more than earn your place on that list. Hope you know how much I appreciate that.
If you want to show me how much you appreciate me, you can start by buying me a drink.
Not a bad idea, but I've got something better in mind.
You're right. That was much better.
Let's just hope we don't have to wait too long before we get to do that again. Anyway, I know you have a lot to get back to, and I don't want to keep you from it. Thanks for sticking around and seeing this through.
Oh, now that was a nice moment, wasn't it? I love that. Okay, that was absolutely perfect. We did get some light side points. Let's not talk about that, all right? Let's not talk about that, but that was fun. Oh, I love that. That is so cool. All right, yeah, that is exactly what I've been looking for in general. I've just been kind of looking for these conversations that actually lead to, I don't know, just basically heartfelt moments. I think that's super, super cool. Amusingly enough, this staff that we can equip here is apparently better in some ways. And it says it's an upgrade. That's kind of weird. I don't know whether I agree about that, because you can see the item level is obviously different. This is obviously a little bit better, maybe, in terms of power. We are going to lose some endurance. I'm actually not entirely sure what is better. By all means, let me know, by the way, whether you think power or endurance is better for this, because obviously it's pretty obvious what these do. Power gives me more damage, and endurance gives me more HP, so I suppose it's just a personal preference thing, but I don't know. We'll see, we'll see. Anyway, as I said, basically, I love those kinds of conversations, and I think it's so incredibly interesting to see what happens, you know? I'm not trying to play the game in a way that is just going to be you know, one-dimensional and just kind of like, okay, you know, we're just going to do the same thing again and again. Oh, kill this guy, force lightning this guy, and so on and so forth. Yes, sometimes that's fun to do, but when there is an interesting option available, and I kind of think it's interesting myself, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Sometimes I'll feel more evil than others, and today, well, apparently I didn't feel too evil, and I mean, to be fair, you know, Colonel Cord was trying to do the right thing, and he was trying to be the best Imperial officer he could be, and, well, that's why he did what he did. And personally, Darth Norok, apparently everyone didn't like him, so I guess I am not alone in that opinion. Anyway, next time we're going to do Ruins of Null, or Null, and we're going to go and speak to Darth Rivix. Obviously, that's continuing the story from a couple of episodes back, I hope. And otherwise, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.